silent majority is stronger than ever before. 5 months from now, we're going to defeat Sleepy Joe Biden. Boy, does he get a pass from these people, huh? We're going to stop the radical left. We're going to build a future of safety and opportunity for Americans of every race, color, religion, and creed. Republicans are the party of liberty, equality, and justice for all. We are the party of Abraham Lincoln, and we are the party of law and order. Biden is fully controlled by the fringe of his party. He is their pawn. He doesn't even know where the hell he is, let's face it. Virtually every policy that has hurt black Americans for half a century, Joe Biden has supported or enacted. I've done more for the black community in 4 years than Joe Biden has done in 47 years. 2 weeks ago, job numbers came in. The single biggest number in the history of our country. A vote for Republicans is a vote for better schools, better jobs, safer families, and stronger communities for all Americans. With your help, we will lift millions of our citizens from welfare to work, dependence to independence, and poverty to prosperity. That's what's happening. We believe that children should be taught to love our country, honor our history, and always salute our great American flag. You are warriors. Thank you. And every once in a while, I'll have one of these days where I'm hit left and right, but we're winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. America will soon be thriving like never before because, ladies and gentlemen of Oklahoma, the best is yet to come.
We know that President Trump has been a champion for black Americans for a very long time. We can go back to the 80s. The media won't, but we can. But what has he also pledged, to defend life at its most vulnerable stage, in the womb, Dr. King?
President Trump says that we all bleed the same. He sees every American as a human being. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, when you learn to value the human personality, you won't kill anybody. Now, if you watch a 3 or 4D ultrasound, you'll see that little baby's personality. On the other hand, Joe Biden says that it's okay to abort a baby through 9 months of pregnancy. That is just a civil wrong.
And so 4 more years, we will see Christians, we will see people of faith being umbrellaed and sheltered by a president who see how they are being attacked in this country and being assaulted in this country. And he's had enough of it, and so have we.
Many of us will remember something called 3 strikes and you're out. That was passed back in the early 1990s. And Joe Biden was chairman of the Judiciary Committee to help pass 3 strikes, you're out, and it had unintended consequences that today they regret. He helped to pass it, and it has failed miserably. You only need one example like that to indicate the type of policies that he would support and try to shove down the throats of the American people. So there is no comparison, because their policies failed and Trump policies have succeeded.
Absolutely. The entire Democrat Party, essentially, is on board with the defund the police movement. You got the mayor of Los Angeles, the mayor of New York, the Minneapolis City Council, the mayor of San Francisco, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Benny Thompson, a lot of your friends in Congress on the other side of the aisle. So both of you, I know, have been actively following the situation. In your mind, what would the impact be? Start with Congressman Zeldin here. What would the impact be if cities across the country began actually defunding their police departments?
I mean, this is insane. They're talking about defunding, dismantling, disbanding, abolishing the police. If you have an intruder at your house, you're calling 911 late at night, you don't want their response to be that they'll send a social worker the next day.
But it shouldn't surprise us. Remember, this Congress started off with the Democrats saying we should abolish ICE. It then moved to we should abolish the entire Department of Homeland Security, and now they're talking about defunding and abolishing police departments. This is how radical the left is and why it is so darn important that President Trump win re-election.
Welcome, ladies. Isn't this fun?
I know, we get to see each other in person.
Absolutely.
Let me ask,
2020, baby.
has anybody ever heard of The View? Well, we thought so too. We found that those ladies didn't represent all people in America, so we started what we call The Right View. And you can check us out, Team Trump Online, 8 p.m. every Wednesday night. And we are here live in Oklahoma today with you.
President Donald John Trump is the most pro-life president we've ever had.
Amen.
And I have to point out, because what Planned Parenthood has done is sold the black community on the idea that our children are dispensable to the tune of 40% of our population missing from America right now. And that is, to me, a travesty. It's a genocide. And President Trump seems to be the only man who's ever sat in that Oval Office who understands what that means.
So the liberal mainstream media, guys, continues to push this fake narrative that women overwhelmingly support Joe Biden over President Donald Trump. Well, we all know that is completely false, but let's humor the question for the sake of discussion. Deneen, how do you know that Joe Biden is a terrible choice for women voters in this country?
How much time do we have?
We're here all day until the president gets here.
Look, we're talking about basement Biden, right? What is his agenda? Has he really even told us what his agenda is? His handlers are keeping him under wraps. And when you think about where he stands on issues like Green New Deal, for example, Oklahoma is an energy-producing state. How many people out here work in the energy industry? We're talking jobs. Green New Deal is a job killer. It will raise energy prices. He has a war on fossil fuels. Parents, moms want to make sure they can put gas in their car. They can use the heat or the air when they need to. Affordable, reliable energy. Joe Biden despises fossil fuels. That's just one example. Look at the economy. He wants to raise taxes. That means less disposable income for you and your family. The policies that Joe Biden is pushing will harm hardworking Americans.
We have to go to the polls on November 3rd, and the rest, you know what to do. You know what to do. Got to keep the White House. Joe Biden's record can be summed up as 4 decades of betrayal, calamity, and failure. He never did anything. He was a senator, he was a vice president, he was before that something. Guy, you know what's great? President Trump was tough on this, or he was tough. They complain. He never did anything about it. He's been there for 43 years or 47 years. He never did anything about it. Biden supported every globalist attack on the American worker. Let's make every country in the world rich but ourselves, including NAFTA, the disaster of NAFTA. He wanted to go, and TPP would have ruined our automobile industry. Korea, I renegotiated the deal. I took a horrible deal. That was a Hillary Clinton special. She said, we have to make this deal with South Korea. It's going to mean 250,000 jobs. And she was right. For South Korea, 250,000 jobs. And China's entry into the World Trade Organization was supported by Sleepy Joe Biden. That was one of the worst deals economically in the history of our country. When China joined the World Trade Organization, they were flatlined for decades. They became like a rocket ship. He voted for the war in Iraq. He voted for mass amnesty for illegal aliens. He supports sanctuary cities, and now Biden wants to end immigration enforcement and he wants to require you to provide free health care for millions and millions of illegal aliens, okay? When I took early and decisive action to ban travel from China and protect Americans from the virus, and as I said, Joe Biden opposed my decision and called it hysteria, xenophobia. He doesn't know what the word means, xenophobia, and fear-mongering. And then he apologized a month later. He said he was wrong, but he didn't say it. And they didn't cover it. They didn't cover it. On one of the single most important policy decisions of our lifetime, Joe Biden sided with China over America. That's closing the border. He thought it was a terrible thing. Remember, this was in January. That's early, real early, the end of January. He thought it was a terrible thing when we closed the border to many people that were badly infected with COVID. When the chips are down, Biden will always cave to the radical left. He'll always bow to the angry mob, and he will never protect you or your family, and you know that.
We got here last night about 3 a.m. We wanted to support Trump as much as he's just been really, just for the last 4 months, this man has done so much and he has caught so much hell. And that's the only way you can say it, is he's just put up with so much.
Joe Biden will always let you down. That's been his history. At my direction early this year, the heroes of the U.S. military took out the world's top terrorist, the savage killer and leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi, and the #1 terrorist anywhere in the world, Qasem Soleimani. We took him out. Joe Biden opposed killing Soleimani. He was we killed this #1 terrorist. He didn't like it. You know why he didn't like it? Because he thought it would be good politically. That didn't work out too well. Just as he opposed the raid that killed Osama bin Laden. He opposed it. You know that. Biden is always on the wrong side of history, as said by people that are with him and worked with him. He never made a correct foreign policy decision. Biden is a puppet for China. Son walked out with $1.5 billion. I think it's a little bit. Allowing them to rip off America for many years. Now they're paying us billions and billions of dollars. We give a lot of it to our farmers. We have plenty left over. China's not exactly happy with me.
Why are you a supporter of President Trump?
Because I believe in him.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry for being so emotional. And I believe that Trump is here for America and to help America first.
What's the biggest thing that President Trump's done in this country that just makes you so emotional when you talk about it?
He speaks the heart. He takes care of business. I'm a business owner. He's a good person.
We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, blazed the trails, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, dug out the Panama Canal, laid down the railroads, revolutionized industries, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and made America the single greatest nation in the history of the world, and we are making it greater and greater every single day. Proud citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning the power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting. And we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. America will soon be thriving like never before because, ladies and gentlemen of Oklahoma, the best is yet to come. Together we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you.